Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to another Pokemon Sleep video. Today is day 1 of the water type week. I'm at Snowdrop Tundra looking for Delibird still, so hope you guys been doing well. Still working on nirtheart.com, my website. It is going well. It's just a lot of work, so stay tuned for that eventually. So I'm thinking we should cook a quick dinner here and then hop into the session because I have a big session, no naps today, and essentially I'm gonna camp out here at Snowdrop Tundra until I find this Delibird. And I was also thinking we could talk a little bit about Wooper, or Quagsire rather, in this video. Let's bring Quagsire on the scene, on the stage. There we go. Alright, so I have a pretty huge Ninja Salad coming my way. I have been working on this Ninja Salad for a bit, and I was pretty excited about the buff that it received a couple weeks back with the 1.10 update. And so it's already level 60, and with the buff as well. This is just a flat rate. When you cook it and add a couple extra ingredients, if you have a good camp ticket, then bam, 61,000 strength, which is huge. And so Tuesday after dinner, with a good camp ticket running, I'm sitting at around 800,000. And today's the full moon, so there's a 3x multiplier into tomorrow, which is gonna be nice. I think Delibird typically appears around a mil strength, and so this will be comparatively 1.5 mil, so that's going to be nice into tomorrow. And with the event, there is a chance for Pokemon of any sleep type to show up, which is essentially why I'm here at Snowdrop again, because getting the dosing is really hard. And yeah, I think I can record a couple of shorter videos the next couple of days, just talking about the progress I've been making on my collection over the summer. And the Delibird is elusive as ever, and so I think I have 15 Delibird in my bag, none of which are usable at all. Most of them have speed down, ingredient down, and not a single one has triple eggs, so it is quite disappointing. Okay, so what I've been trying to do is, for the past couple of weeks I've had a lot of snoozing and slumbering, so now I've just tried to, I have that trick when I like tuck the plus under the bedsheet, and now I've put my pillow on top so that it just like rubs back and forth and hopefully makes more noise on the device, so it will give me more of these dosing tops. Alright, the first day it was 56 million, which is pretty good. And so let's see what we got, and then we can talk about Quagsire for a little bit, because I'm actually pretty excited about Quagsire. I'm just so long on the Quagsire that I'm in no rush. Okay, still looking for the Delibird, and this session was snoozing. No luck, but there is a little guy here. The Snover. If I can find a double egg decent Snover, that's fine, but I'm still going for the Delibird unless the Snover would be absolutely cracked. So yeah, let's just get all the pictures here. I've also been working on my Ditto. Ditto is level 59. I have around 2,000 experience left, and so I think the video on Thursday will highlight my level 60 Ditto, so that's gonna be good. Also working on my Altarias. I've narrowed it into 2, and then I'll be working on a 3rd eventually. There is no announcement for any dragon type area anytime soon, so for the most part I'm just hanging out and building it slowly overnight. I don't need another Mareep, and I don't need another Altaria, so in my biscuit drought as well, I'm just gonna go for the Snover here. Maybe I'll consider a single biscuit on the 2 others. I don't think I should, because I don't need any of them. I have 5 really good Swablu / Altaria, and I have another cracked Mareep in the pipeline. So think actually I'm gonna pass on it. I don't even have enough seeds for another Ampharos anyway, so... And I'm not gonna trade biscuits for candies. I'm just gonna be more patient and have them overnight. Especially now that Skill Specialists got this huge buff with the double trigger, the banked trigger. It's pretty hype. I think overall the better candy here is the Snover. It is a bit of a challenge to level up these ingredient specialists, which you typically use daytime, to level 60 because, well, most of the experience is gonna come from that nighttime session. So let's have a look at this Snover. Snover has also been very elusive, very hard to find for me. I have found more Delibird than Snover. More Snover and Abomasnow if you add them together, but yeah. Hasty nature. It's egg set level 30. I mean, either way, it's not going to be a long-term Pokemon for me overall, because Delibird is just, it wins out unless you find like berry finding, helping bonus, double eggs, and then double ingredients and ingredient nature, like something weird. We can also bring up Abomasnow in the widget, and then we'll bring back Quagsire at the end here. So research EXP bonus is very neutral. I don't really care too much about it. I typically sit at max rank for the most part, for the most time anyway. Ingredient Finder S is huge. Helping Speed M is great, but there's no ingredient finding in the nature. And at that point, I feel a little bit iffy about putting resources into a half-baked Pokemon. I can't even sub the Ingredient Finder S here because it shows up at level 100. It's pretty solid sub skill wise, but they show up way too late and it's not the correct ingredient list. So let's hop back on the Quagsire. I just want to talk briefly about it. I may even feature Quagsire in its own video, but essentially I wanted to give my hot take on Quagsire now that it's pretty fresh. And the reason why, I am still at Snowdrop Tundra and not at Taupe Hollow or any of the other areas where you can actually find Wooper. Okay, so it starts with Gengar because I recently found a really strong Gengar. And I started investing in it, obviously, as you do, right before a new Pokemon drop. And it looks like this. The speed of help down nature is pretty rough, but hear me out. It's got ingredient finding up, which is huge on Gengar because Gengar has a very low ingredient rate of 16%. It's among the fastest Pokemon in the game. Oops. Wait, where'd the music go? Was that something I did, or? Hang on a second. That's not good. Give me one moment. The whole video just cracked. What in the world? Anyway, you know what? Let's just wing it. We have no music, no gameplay. I'll just talk about my Gengar for a second, and we can talk again about the Quagsire, because essentially I found a really strong Gengar. It has helping bonus, the correct ingredient list. It has ingredient finding coming at level 50, and it has ingredient finding nature. So it's just... Okay, we're back. All right. Maybe I can edit this and post in the YouTube uploader. Maybe. We'll just see. Anyway, here's the Gengar. Correct ingredient list. It has double mushrooms, which is huge. The nature here is ingredient finding up, which is nice because the ingredient rate is 16%. That is very low. Gengar is really fast, so it does make up for it. And because of that low ingredient rate, you kind of want berry finding on Gengar. So essentially, I found everything here except the speed nature down. We have double mushroom, helping bonus, ingredient up nature, ingredient finder S like in sub-skill seed. We have berry finding, research EXP bonus, I guess. And so this find is so good, despite the speed down nature, that I can afford to wait long on the Quagsire, because Quagsire overall is busted. It is meta warping, and it is a bigger Pokemon than people realize, and we're gonna get to that. So I also have my Gengar, which is on my team some of the time, which is getting close to level 60. I'm holding off on the candy spend here because I do want to get this Gengar to level 60 and be my main herb Pokemon, and then I get supplemental mushrooms. Mushrooms is a high value ingredient, and it's a good ingredient to just clog up your bag with, especially now that the limit is increased from 600 to 700. And so yeah, with these sub skills and this nature and this ingredient list, it's pretty set. So I have double Gengar from mushrooms. I don't need mushrooms. But here's where, oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Then we have Quagsire. What is up with the Quagsire? Quagsire is interesting because it is the first Pokemon that has triple mushrooms. And if you compare Quagsire to Gengar, they are basically even because Quagsire is so slow. Quagsire also has a low ingredient rate to an extent, but what caught my attention is the fact that not only does it have triple mushrooms as an ingredient list option, it drops in volumes, but it's a water type. Quagsire is water ground in main series, but in sleep it's a water type, and that means I don't think I have a lot of info yet on the Suicune. But basically, Suicune is going to be helper boost Pokemon. And I'm thinking that when you have Suicune, you have Feraligatr, you have maybe Slowking, Slowbro, add a Quagsire in there. I think the Quagsire is going to be huge because what happens is if you found or find a Quagsire with triple mushrooms, very important, and you have all the ingredient finders. So ingredient finder S and M within the 3 first slots, and the ingredient nature. That is an incredibly high bar, which is why I'm happy with my Gengars, because I'll be hunting Quagsire forever until I find that perfect one. And the reason is the speed here is so slow, and helper boost is bypassing that by just giving you 11 productions. It doesn't even take speed into consideration. So on top of this busted Pokemon helping the helper boost on the Suicune, it bypasses the slow speed on the Quagsire. And so you stack your bag with one of the most valuable ingredients. And now that Ninja Salad is such a big dish, it's amazing because you can just camp out at the Cyan Beach with the Suicune team, and in an off week, just stack 200 mushrooms in your bag and be good. You can even halfway overstack by switching in and out the Quagsire, and do that while you overstack the Feraligatr and whatnot. And so I think overall, long-term, Quagsire is a huge Pokemon. I think people are really trying to compare it to Gengar, but it's not the same. Quagsire is on a helper boost team doing damage with this triple mushroom. Bad ingredient rate, but you can fix that by just focusing on ingredient finders. Don't care about the speed, just go all in ingredient finders and the correct ingredient list, and you're good to go. And so that's my take on the Quagsire, and it's going to be interesting to see how people change as Suicune come out. Here's why it's super long of a hunt for me. Quagsire is slumbering and also available at a lot of different areas, and I'm gonna just do a lot of naps to look for Wooper as a long-term thing, and then that just shows up because the naps are slumbering by default when you just leave the device sitting. And here's another reason. The Suicune is also slumbering. I think they have confirmed that, but I don't think I haven't updated the widget yet for that. Suicune is also slumbering, and what's interesting about that is you can use your plus or the tracking, and you can start it way early and end it way late, and then always force the slumbering if all the other days you do it normally. You can force slumbering on the 2 days of the weekend where you actually have a chance to find Suicune, and Suicune is available at Greengrass Isle, Cyan Beach, and Lapis Lakeside, and so you really have a good shot at getting a really good Suicune. Like, I think a lot of people will be getting, you know, friendship level 10, 20 with the Suicune eventually. And the way to do that is just force slumbering on the weekends and into Monday, obviously. And save your Ultra Biscuits. If you are able to get your hands on the Ultra Biscuits, save it for the Suicune. That is the only Pokemon that is worth the Ultra Biscuits because you can force slumbering, you can find it in 3 areas, and you can stack some of the best Pokemon in the game. You have Quagsire. Quaquaval is not on that list. I was thinking for Alligator. And then what's funny too is the Slowpoke Tails, which you can also stack your bag with on an off week and continue overstacking the 2, 3, 4 berry specialists or whatever you want to do. And so, yeah, just keep in mind the helper boost, it bypasses speed because it just picks 11 or what it is productions. And here's the other thing. We know helper boost currently at main skill level 6. What's going to happen when helper boost reaches level 10, which seems to be the natural plateau? So long term, I'm going to hunt for a busted Suicune, a busted Quagsire, and it's going to be one of the most like focused hunts of all for me after this Delibird. I can quickly show you my Delibird collection. We won't click into any of them, but just look at this. Oh, it's awful. I even found a shiny one. I think I got that on camera or on video. But yeah, and then in the next couple of days, maybe on the weekend, I'll put out a couple of videos just highlighting my August finds or my July finds, June finds, something like that. And we can just go by caught date. So that could be interesting. So yeah, hope you guys are excited for some more videos again. And stay tuned for my website. It's coming eventually, just a lot of writing. All the programming is essentially done. It's just writing these articles, man. It takes a lot of time. And then things change. I have to rewrite the whole thing and it's a mess. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you have any thoughts on any of the topics I discussed in this video. And consider becoming a YouTube member. It's $2 starting for lifetime access to my Discord, which is where everything is happening in this community. We're talking Pokemon Sleep daily. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.